next speaker in the next video is Tom Clark from Wade, North Carolina. He's a part of Cumberland County Caring Voices, a chapter of Blue Ridge Environmental Defense League. In 2003, he and his wife moved to his grandfather's farmland and built their retirement home. They were contacted by ACP in March of 2016.
My name is Tom Clark. I live here with my wife. We moved here in 2003. This is our dream home. This is our retirement home. This is part of my grandfather's farm. It's been in the family for 3 generations, and I've got a son and daughter that would love to live here one day. Matter of fact, that's what we want to do. That's the reason we want to keep it in the shape it's in, is to pass it on to them. But 2016, I think it was, Dominion had a little pony and horse show over at one of the local motels telling us about the pipeline. Well, we didn't really think much of it then because we didn't really understand everything about it. But in 2018, we found out a lot about it. I approached a gentleman. There was a survey crew out here on the farm, and they were putting down their stops for the proposed route of the pipeline, proposed route. And I approached the gentleman and never could get him to tell me where it was going. But after he left, I noticed that a lot of the stakes where they were at and everything, and there was a huge pine tree that my grandfather, as a little boy, we helped him. We cleaned up around the irrigation pond, and we got down to this one end, and this one little pine tree was there. Well, it was a pretty good sized tree, and he said, "I'm not going to cut it down because you little fellows love fishing so much. I'm just going to leave it here for you guys, be a nice shady spot." So that's always been Grandpa's tree. Well, 2018, after the survey crew left, I decided, you know, this tree, this stub is just on the other side of this tree. They're not cutting this tree down. So I already got me some chain link fence, and made up my mind and had a plan. I was going to go over there and put a chain link fence around it and just sort of barricade it and save the tree. Well, one morning I walked out my back door. This is over a month's time, several months' time. I walked out my back door and I heard this loud thump, and I looked across the field, and that one tree was already cut down. And I heard the chainsaw, so I jumped in my truck and ran over there. And
Sir? No, I'm not. This is my grandfather's land. We deserve to be here more than you do.
Right, but this tree's about to fall.
I know that. No. Aren't you supposed to tell people before you do this? Aren't you supposed to tell people before you do this, sir? Aren't you supposed to tell people you're doing this, sir? Aren't you supposed to tell people you're doing this? Aren't you supposed to tell the landowner?
We have somebody coming to talk to you.
Who?
Our safety guy.
Well,
And a land agent.
that was my You know what? When you go home and you look at your kids, I hope you have a conscience to be able to tell them what you've done to people's lives. Would you like for it to be your yard?
No comment.
No comment. That's right. That's exactly what Dominion says, is no comment. This is just pure downright ridiculous. You come out here and do this and don't even tell people you're going to do it. What are you going to do? Are you going to leave the trees laying out here in the field? I would hope that you guys had memories of growing up on your grandfather's farm. And I hope someone comes by and does the same thing to you that you guys are doing to us. Sometimes it's more than money. I just could only hope and pray that you could find a job that you wouldn't destroy people's lives. They don't even have the right to put the pipeline in yet, and you're out here cutting down trees. And none of you's got your name tags out, so nobody knows who you are. You got it written all over your back. I guess you got it written in your soul, too. Where's the safety guy at? Yeah, at least you can answer that question. Most of you aren't smart enough to even answer any other question. Why are you letting them fall in the field? I sure do. That's my grandfather's farm. It's not Dominion's property. No. Don't even tell me that. Don't come out here and tell me that. That's your land. Get the hell out of here. Excuse me. Yeah, that red line, that's Dominion's property, like hell it is. When we go to the other spot, they run from something whenever somebody stands up to them. I guess they're going to call the sheriff's office, I don't know. That pine tree. My grandfather left it. When we cleaned up on this side of the pond, he left it and he said, it'd be shade so you could have somewhere to go whenever it's hot. You're down here fishing. They don't even tell you when they're going to do this. I was going to stand and make my stand and keep this one tree. Lord only knows how old this tree is. They just don't care. Well, at least the chainsaws will stop for a little while. And it's too late for this tree. It's not just a tree whenever you know your grandfather's touched it. You knew your grandfather had hopes and dreams for it. And then Dominion. Forgive me, Grandpa, I didn't know they were over here.
As you can see, we had our discussion, but it didn't do much good. But at the Pony and Horse Show, and all through the paperwork and all through the contacts with Dominion and Duke, they said, well, don't worry. After we get all this stuff in the ground, we get the pipeline put in, we're going to come back, we're going to seed it, we're going to plant this, we're going to do that. You'll never know it's here. Well, this past July the 5th at 3 o'clock, I got a phone call from a friend of mine in Raleigh, said that they had given up on the pipeline. It's done. It's over. Okay. That's great. That was a prayer answer. That was our hopes. But you know what? It's time. Here it is, October, and the dirt's still piled in the field. The trees are still in the field, and this is over a couple of years' time that they've been laying here. What has happened to Dominion's and Duke's promise about they were going to put everything back? Just because you change your mind, you don't need to steal the people's land any longer. You don't need it. You give up on it. The people finally stood up and said no, and you finally listened, and you're just going to turn and walk away and leave this mess for the farmers and the local people to clean up. Where is FERC in this problem? Where is FERC in this situation? Because FERC has been backing Dominion and Duke all along. Every time you try to stand up, FERC sort of slaps you down and sides on the side of Dominion and Duke. Okay, FERC, come down here and make them clean up this mess.